High in the Himalayas, the air is thin, freezing, and perfectly still. This is Mount Kailash. In ancient Indian philosophy, this absolute, unmoving silence represents the pure, unconditioned consciousness of Shiva. Down in the valley of Kankhal, the atmosphere is heavy with the cloying scent of ghee, burning sandalwood, and the heat of a sprawling, geometrically perfect sacrificial altar. King Daksha, a towering figure of ancient authority, is hosting a massive cosmic fire ritual. He has invited every god, sage, and king in the universe to his hearth. Every seat is filled, except for two. He has deliberately excluded his own daughter, Sati, and her husband, Shiva. Daksha is slighting his son-in-law, but his motivations run deeper. He is a king obsessed with order, rules, and his own status. Shiva, the ash-smeared ascetic who wanders the cremation grounds, represents a wild, terrifying freedom. Daksha's ritual is an altar of control, built specifically to lock that freedom out.
From her icy ridge on Kailash, Sati watches the celestial chariots streak across the sky toward her father's estate. She feels the physical pull of her own bloodline gathering without her. Shiva advises her to stay. He explains that Daksha looks at him and sees only a Mangala, inauspicious filth, because he cannot understand power that refuses to follow his strict social rules. To walk into a space fueled by that kind of blind hatred is to invite a devastating insult. But the draw of her origin remains. The daughter deafens the wisdom of the deity. Sati mounts the great bull, Nandi, and rides down the mountain to confront her father's arrogance. The myth places Sati at a crossroads. To move toward the stillness of Kailash, she must first untangle herself from the dense web of her biological lineage and the expectations of the valley below. When Sati enters the golden arena at Kankhal, the music stops. The guardians of the universe lower their eyes. Not a single god on their glittering thrones steps forward to greet her or defend her presence. Daksha seizes the moment. He publicly disowns her, his voice echoing off the golden pillars, as he mocks her husband as a skull-bearer who dances with ghosts and pollutes the world. The words hit Sati like physical blows. She looks at her own hands, realizing that her flesh, her blood, and her very name, Dakshayani, are the direct biological inheritance of the man insulting her. She realizes she cannot return to the pure consciousness of Kailash while wearing this body. The skin itself has become a contaminated livery. The physical and social identities inherited at birth create a cage that even a goddess must burn to escape. Sati doesn't scream or fight back. Instead, she sits down on the cold earth, closes her eyes, and pulls her life breath inward, locking it at the base of her spine. She summons the Yogagni, the fire of union. It requires no wood and no ghee. It is an internal heat of pure consciousness that incinerates her physical form from the inside out, burning the name Dakshayani out of existence. The moment her body collapses into ash, the silence is shattered by a roar. On Kailash, Shiva feels his other half ripped away. His grief instantly condenses into a terrifying rage. He tears a single lock of his matted hair and smashes it against the ice. The earth splits, and a colossal shadow named Virabhadra erupts from the fissure. This warrior drops onto Kankhal like a meteor, shattering the golden altars and severing Daksha's head. In this cosmic drama, the ritual of the ego is obliterated. The fire of creation requires the total, ash-strewn death of the pride that built the altar in the first place. As Shiva carried Sati's remains across the sky, her physical form began to fracture. The remnants of the primal goddess fell, seeding the earth below with divine energy. This map shows 108 distinct pieces of her energy falling across the subcontinent. Each impact reshaped the geography. Where her eyes fell, the earth saw. Where her tongue struck rock, soil spoke. Where her heart landed, the bedrock beat. These specific landing zones became known as Shakti Pithas, active, localized seats of power. The Shakta tradition treats the feminine as localized fuel. Her power is embedded directly into the dirt, the stones, and the riverbeds of the subcontinent. Daksha's severed head marks the beginning of a larger story, a massive geographical puzzle stretching thousands of miles across the landscape. To track down all 108 pieces and hear the specific legends tied to each location, check out Katha Shakti by Kanav Sachdev. It's a pilgrimage in print, available right now on Amazon, Google Play, and Spotify. And before you go, drop a comment below. Should our next video cover the mother as the warrior, the lover, or the outcast?